There are lots of crucial steps for a producer in pre-production, but these three things are always the same. I developed these throughout the years after recognizing the patterns over and over again. So here we go, the three things to establish before any testimonial video. Establish eye line. First of all, you got to figure out where the subject is going to look. The subject's question is always, which camera do I look in? Or do I look at you? As a producer, you need to decide, along with your production company, where the subject is going to look. How do you decide? Well, typically people viewing the video find a subject who is looking directly into the camera to be very trustworthy. This is great for a testimonial on your product or business. On the other hand, some subjects are extremely nervous and they feel comforted by looking at the interviewer or producer. We've found over the years that more producers have chosen to have the subject look at the producer instead of the camera. The producer just sits to the side of the camera and it gives a really nice look. Repeat the question in the answer. The next thing you need to establish is asking the subject to repeat your question in their answer. Why do we do this? Well, when we're editing the video after all the shooting is done, we typically don't want the producer's voice in the final video. So if the subject repeats the question, then the producer's voice doesn't have to be there.
So why did you choose to attend the Harvard Business School?
Well, I just thought the website was easy to navigate, the admissions officer was nice.
Okay, that was pretty good. Let's give it one more try. This time try to put my question into your answer. Why did you choose Harvard Online Business School?
Got it. The reason I chose to attend Harvard Online Business School is because I thought the website was easy to navigate and the admissions officer was so friendly and accommodating. You see the difference? Now you can take out your voice as the producer and just have a testimonial from the subject. The bonus is if you ask the question right, the subject will typically say the name of your product or business in their answer as well. And finally, if you start looking at the camera, finish looking at the camera. Okay, so this one is more on the technical side, but I say it to every interview or testimonial before we start, after the question, then every time they don't do it after that. Every time. Why? Because it can ruin a great take. It's especially frustrating because the subject can get all the way through their take and then it's ruined at the very end. This is like getting to the end of a marathon in first place, but then getting distracted by a butterfly and sitting down to get passed by everyone else. The only wrong thing about this analogy is you would have to go back to the beginning of the race to make this accurate. Okay, maybe not the beginning, but you get the picture. So what is the actual problem? Well, the subject looks away at the end of the take, almost always to look at the interviewer or producer. If the subject is delivering their testimonial to camera and they look away too quickly, this means we can't dissolve away to the next section or even fade to black without seeing the subject's head or eyes turn. This happens just about every time unless you head it off at the pass. The interviewee will always look to the person asking the questions for validation to see how they did. Always. If I'm that person and I'm behind the camera, they'll look at me. I have to duck down. If it's a producer asking questions to the side of the camera, the subject's eyes will shoot over to the side of the camera to see how they did every single time. Was that right? Okay, good. So there you have it, the three things to establish before any testimonial video. Be aware of these three things and you'll be well on your way to more substantial and professional video with fewer ruined takes. We've shot hundreds of interviews and testimonials, so if you'd like to hire us to do this alongside you, please don't hesitate to contact us. We have a deep bag of tricks, so please use us as a resource for your next interview or testimonial video.